Hi everyone, I'm Alexander Michael Ball.
And I'm Robert Leonidas Ball Jr.
We are from SMJK Jitsin 2.
And today we are going to talk about Sir Isaac Newton and his laws of motion.
Isaac Newton was born in 1643 and became a very famous scientist.
He invented a whole new type of mathematics that today we call calculus.
Isaac Newton also discovered gravity, or at least explained gravity. We're not 100% sure, but the story is that Isaac Newton was sitting under an apple tree when an apple fell down and hit him on the head.
This got Isaac Newton thinking about what forces were acting on the apple and why it fell straight down. He went on to explain that this same force, gravity, is what keeps the moon and the planets in orbit.
The work Isaac Newton did hundreds of years ago today seems very obvious, but at the time, they revolutionized mathematics. Albert Einstein even once said that Isaac Newton was the smartest man that ever lived.
Today, we are going to explain Newton's 3 laws of motion.
There are 2 main parts to Newton's first law. The first part states, "An object at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by an outside force."
The second part states, an object in motion will remain in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. What does this mean?
Here's an example. I have a stroller here. It's not moving because I'm not applying any force to it. But when I push it, it starts moving. This is because I'm applying force to it. And here's another example. When I push the stroller and let it go, it keeps moving and will keep moving until it hits something. In our first example, an object at rest, the stroller, doesn't move unless acted upon by an outside force. The outside force comes from when I pushed it.
And in our second example, an object in motion, the stroller, will stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. The outside force comes from the wall. Newton's second law states that force equals mass times acceleration, F equal ma. What does this mean? Basically, this means that it takes more force to push a heavy object than it does to push a lighter object.
In this example, I have 3 things of similar sizes: a rock, a marble, and a crumbled up piece of paper. But when I drop them into the flour, the sizes of the holes they make are different. But why though? This is because of the second law. Since the marble is heavier than the rock, the marble's hole is deeper. And since the rock is heavier than the paper, its hole is deeper.
Newton's third law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What does this mean? Newton's third law of motion tells us 4 characteristics of forces.
Forces always occur in pairs: action and reaction forces.
Action and reactions are equal.
Action and reaction are opposite in direction.
Action and reaction act on different bodies. Here's an example. When I sit on the chair and push the punching bag, I get pushed back. But why? This is because of the third law. When 2 bodies interact with each other, they apply forces that are equal in strength and opposite in direction.
So those were Newton's 3 laws of motions. I hope you found this video helpful. And remember, kids, don't break these laws or the nerd police will hunt you down. Uh-oh.